Hello guys, welcome to today's stream. Hope you're all doing well. I've decided to do some oil painting today, so we're going to work on my Fowl play piece. So hopefully it'll go well. We'll see. I need to make tons of progress on this painting, so yeah, a long way to go, but I'm excited to see it done. So hello, Summery Glows. How are you doing? So it looks like I've run out of some linseed oil, so I need to just pop right back. Give me 1 second. I may be able to use some glazing medium, so we'll have a look. You're good? That's awesome. What have you been up to today? That's great. I've got some more linseed oil. My lid is completely breaking into pieces, so I got a bit of a problem with it. You're doing art as well? Oh, what are you doing at the moment? I always love when you guys get creative with me. Makes me feel like I'm not the only one pushing art out. And that's awesome. So I have a feeling all my paint is going to be dry at this point, because it's been quite a while since I last used my oil, so probably going to have to try and clean this palette of mine, because yeah, it's getting a little harder to use these paints. Getting messy. That's what it's looking like at the moment. It's so beautiful though. I mean, absolutely beautiful. I just love it. I always want to, like, once I finish a painting, just hang this on a wall somewhere. Like maybe next to each painting, I'll just hang the beautiful palette of mine. You're doing a guy in space? Ooh, is it, what medium is it in? Is it in acrylics? Is it in watercolors? What have you got? We actually have such a beautiful day outside today. It's so sunny, but like it's overcast, but it's also still sunny, and we've had this beautiful dripping rain all day long, but it's just like perfect weather. Oh no. My lid just cracked. That's gonna be a problem. I'm not gonna seal properly now. I always have trouble with you know, paint tubes. I don't know why, but they just don't ever seem to work properly. I feel like I need to get some kind of custom paint storage solution on my own. It's like the lids all get stuck eventually. They get stuck, or they just don't work properly. Like some are too stuck, some are too, like, some obviously crack, and then others, I don't know, some just will not open. But yeah, that's just a bit of an oil problem. Oils are kind of like that, I suppose. And I need some brown as well. So probably need to try and clean my palette this weekend. That'll be a good idea. Then I won't be so confused which areas I've already done and which I have not, you know. Will definitely be a huge help. That's for sure. Bit of both. Okay, so bit of acrylics, bit of watercolor. Sounds like a fantastic mixed media piece then. Hello, Dark Guy. How are you? How has your morning been going? We're just starting some work on my Fowl play painting. Trying to get it done. Trying to move forward. So I'm just in the process of mixing some like paints. I'm actually going to throw out some of this solvent because it's incredibly dirty, and I've got plenty more to go around. So I think we'll just leave that. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go get some new solvent. I feel like I go through very little solvent in general. It's crazy. Like I always thought I'd go through a lot more than I do, but I really don't. Are you liking the crimson? Thank you. Crimson is such a cool color, isn't it? It's awesome. Hang on, where is the... I probably need some red as well. I really can't wait for Zazu's little perch to come because I had to move his cage around in the studio. It's just like, it's getting cluttered and overcrowded, and so yeah, the stand will hopefully help him just have some more play areas and not have it take up as much space, you know. So okay, so I guess the best way to start for me will be to go and try and do, I'm guessing I'm going to do the paper bag, try and fix her hand up as well. So probably need some more magenta. Currently just trying to get all those colours out. So when's your next stream going to be, Dark Guy? Kind of been looking forward to it, and then I never see you on. I know you've been so busy though. It's like, you know, you needed a good long break because you had so much going on, so definitely good that you're giving it a good break. Okay, so let me see. This is I think this one needs to soak a little. So a lot of my brushes have kind of hardened up, and so I've really struggled to get them clean. Need to get around to that, but I don't know, I'm a terrible brush cleaner, so kind of just notorious for being bad at brush cleaning. Okay, probably the best way to go would be with like a little bristly brush, but they're all so like hardened up. I really need them to be clean. To be honest, you don't know exactly, but probably in a few days. Yeah, you needed to step back a bit, get something sorted. You'll be back in no time. That's awesome. Glad to hear that you'll actually be back. I know I took like a super long break right after Christmas, so don't feel bad at all, you know. I don't think you've had as long a break as I did, so yeah, I'm really having issues with my brushes. I don't know if this solvent is cleaning them properly. May need to use something a little stronger just to get my brushes properly cleaned. Do you have a piece planned for when you're going live with your next stream? Okay, let's see if that's a little bit better. Awesome, they're getting cleaned. They're slowly getting there. Just needed to soak a little bit better, so... I was watching Charles Lister's stream yesterday afternoon, and so we raided Charles, and then I took a long break, obviously, because, you know, streaming kind of exhausts you if you've been going for like 4 hours straight, so I needed to step away, and I said to him, well, you know, probably be back online in your stream soon, because you stream for so long, and then like by the time I went to bed or was about to go to bed, he was still going, still streaming, still working on some sketches, so that was fun. Then I got to catch some more of his stream. And then we raided Becca, and it was so sad because she had spilled some water on some of her artworks, and it was the most awful thing. She totally ruined them, and yeah, that's not a nice feeling at all. You know, when you ruin a piece of art and you worked so hard on it, but yeah, definitely not a good feeling. So I don't know, he seemed to be kinda like the let me use them, but I don't know. I'll see how I go. There are a few character concepts you're working on, so let's see. Okay. So that sounds exciting. Definitely looking forward to seeing your progress on those. Okay, let us try and mix up some paper bag. Unfortunately, I don't have like a palette cam, which is, you know, a little sad because a lot of what goes on is on the palette, so I need to try and figure out how to do that, you know. It'd be kind of cool if I can figure out how to do the palette. Well, beautiful, you love it. Thank you, Jody Cody. Really appreciate that. Glad to see you on here. Okay. So we'll see. That's a good color. Now I'll try and mix up some skin tone so I can adjust, you know, the forehand, the one that's holding that paper bag, because it definitely needs some work, that's for sure. Okay, need more white. And need some more yellow. And a little bit of burnt umber as well. That should give me a really nice muted skin tone, if I'm lucky enough. I think so. Perfect. Fantastic. Wow, I got it in one go. Normally it doesn't happen like that, so pretty lucky day. Cool. So let us see. I need some better brushes, some more detailed brushes, because I won't be able to get that kind of detail on her fingers. So realistically, I don't know what I want to do with this brush with this bag. Like originally I just had the bag sort of, you know, lying down there and that was kind of fine, but as she looks real mellow, peaceful looking, her time with the birds. Yeah, this is a piece that I'm making for my mum, and it's sort of based on her childhood experience, living on a farm and everything. So yeah, eventually she'll be able to put this piece in her living room, and that will be super, super exciting. So how many days have I been working on this in total? That's a good question, Dark Guy. I don't know. I do track all the hours that I spend on my pieces, so by the end of it, I can like look up the total amount of hours that I've gone for. But my estimate would be it's definitely well over 50 hours by now. Probably more than that. You know, that's gonna be my guess. So a long time, that's for sure. A real long time. But yeah, need to figure out what I want to do. How do I want her to hold that paper bag? So I may just look up some refs. Just together a couple of ideas, see if I like the way someone's holding any of those in particular. Hello, Queen Melisandre. How are you doing today? Hope you're well. Okay, so I mean, there's not exactly a lot of people who are holding it the way that I want them to, which is, you know, a bit unfortunate. I'm just gonna have to deal with it and come up with my own sort of pose. You're good? You just played some Dragon Age Inquisition? Oh, awesome! That sounds fun. Glad to hear that. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not really keen on any of these poses that I'm seeing. You mean, yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. A long time can mean more love for the painting, and you can see it's looking great. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm never really that concerned with my paintings about how long they take. More so with illustrations, you know, I really do try and get faster at my illustrations because, you know, especially if you're doing that for a client, it really matters how much time you spend on something. But if you're just doing art for personal purposes, you know, and which is obviously what this is, it's a lot different, and I don't really worry as much about, well, how long have I spent on this piece, you know, it doesn't matter so much, so yeah. So the question is, how do I do it? I'm just gonna try a couple of different ways of, you know, going about it. I think, like, one option is if I just have the paperback sort of sitting there in her lap, you know, sort of standing upright and have her reaching into it with this hand, maybe that could look a little bit more natural, I don't know. On the other hand, I'm worried that it won't look like it's stable because of how it's sitting on, you know, on her dress, so maybe if I have her actually holding it, it'll look more realistic. So, just need to try and resolve which idea is going to look better, because I only have one go at trying it today, because if I start painting over it, the paint won't dry for a couple of days, so I'll be stuck with whichever concept I pick until probably next week, and then I'll need to redo everything if I'm not happy with it. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world, I can always repaint over, but I'm impatient, so I want to make a choice that's going to get me there quicker and, you know, have me actually be happy with the outcome, I guess. But yeah, need to think about that. Do you guys often feel like you bounce ideas off in your own head or to friends, or what do you feel like you do when you don't know what's the best direction for a piece to go into? Like for me, I think my mum is probably the person I go to because she's got so much artistic experience, and I don't know, I really like get great advice from her, I suppose. Hi Summery Glows, how are you doing? I hope it's not lagging today. Oh, that's just my mouse. Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like I'm going to go with the one where she's maybe putting her hand into it. Because otherwise, if I have the paper bag sort of slanting like it was before, it's going to have to slant much differently, you know? I feel like having it sit upright like that in her dress is probably going to be more convincing. So I think we'll go with that, which means I can actually keep going with the fingers in this pose. And then, but I will actually need to redo the hand because, yeah, it's going to be the wrong shape. I mean the paper bag. Because we're changing the whole composition here. You know? Sometimes change is good. Sometimes it's not a bad thing. You have a large box with a 40-watt tungsten light bulb in it as a heater to spread dry oil paintings. Oh, to speed dry oil paintings. That is a great technique, hell on earth. That's definitely a great technique. I'd love to try that. And you know, especially for me in this room, currently it's real cold. It's like we had warm days and now we've gone into cold days, and it's just, I don't know. We're flipping from all kinds of weather at the moment, so I don't know what the weather wants to do. Yeah, my only real concern with this is the way that it's standing up, you know? Oh, I almost forgot some. Which blue did I use for that? Gonna guess it was the cobalt. I don't know. Yeah, probably the cobalt because that would be the mix between the two. I think that's what I used, if I'm remembering correctly. I really, really love how deep these oils are. Has this one chipped open as well? Oh my goodness. These tubes are horrific. Like, I have so many issues with paint tubes. It's like, none of them ever want to work properly. Okay, please can you just mix to the right shade right away for me? That would be great. That would be so perfect. You're just a tad too blue, but we can work with that. No worries, Dark Gay, take your time. You like to use a second canvas to mix paint on that. Becomes a super abstract work in its own style. Oh my goodness. I bet. We were just talking about how beautiful these palettes look, and yeah, how I really want to frame them once I finish them. And I feel like every artist has their own sort of style, you know, of mixing paint on their palettes. It's crazy. Some people are extremely tidy, others sort of keep certain colors together. But yeah, I feel like every artist has their own sort of style of doing that, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I also like to actually mix it on straight on the canvas sometimes, which is probably not the like most ideal way of going about it, but works for me, so guess if it works for you, then that's fine, right? Yeah, I'm definitely feeling like this is a bit more natural and seems more convincing, more realistic. So I'm gonna go with this look because it's definitely very fitting. Need to get that a little bit darker though. Try and mix some darker paint over it to accommodate for that. And hopefully now, because I've got that running in front of it, it looks a little bit more convincing that it's sort of sitting behind this area. We need to try and pull that shadow in front a little bit more. At least now that is looking a little bit more like the paper bag is being held in her lap, and you know, she can pull stuff out of it. So yeah, and they also do have a lot of texture, so I know, feel like I really do want to try and give it some nice folds, you know. Maybe one where the paper bag is open will look a little bit more convincing. Let's try a bit of a shadow on one side. So I'm currently using a reference that I am somewhat happy with. You're back? Welcome back, Dark Guy. And now we want to try and use a bit of a lighter area to, you know, to go where the shadow, like accentuate the opposite side of that shadow. So if I can get a bit of a fold going. feel like no one understands your art, but that's good. You don't want people to understand it. Yeah, I mean, I don't think art needs to be understood, you know? I feel like art is your own personal expression, and so there's no real need for it to make sense to anybody else, so don't worry about that. Like, some art is simply meant to look nice, and that's all it's meant to do. And other art is meant to sort of make you think, and like, it really just depends what you want out of it. I'm just gonna go and try to get my phone to stop doing all those buzzes, so give me 1 second. Hopefully that's a little bit better. So yeah, I think it is starting to somewhat resemble a paper bag. Hopefully. Hello, Emerald Ocean. How are you? I'm guessing I'm not the night owl you're referring to, because here it's the middle of the day. So, yeah. Draw a paper bag. You remember that assignment in art school? Oh, really? You had to do that? Don't think we ever did. We had to draw a whole lot of boxes and like spherical shapes and things like that, but never a paper bag. But I drew one, like, you know, just on my own as a kid. I drew a paper bag as a bit of a challenge. You know, you didn't forget, it's the other way around. You're the night owl. Yeah, exactly. You're the night owl. How has your day been, Emerald? Hope it's been going really well. Great, by the way. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. Hope that it's been a positive year for you and a good start. It definitely has been. This year's been a lot better for me than last year, so I'm extremely happy about that. So Zen, like this got you thinking about meditation. Good. That's awesome. Hopefully you can, start your own little creative painting or piece, like sketch on the side or something, and join in with us. Meditation is changing your life. It's kind of amazing. Okay. Well, really happy for you that you're getting a lot out of that. Yeah, I'm really glad that I went with this prose, this composition for the paper bag, because it's definitely a lot more convincing, right? Super happy. Yeah, it just doesn't like having something be convincing in your piece can be incredibly helpful to sell the idea. And I find that a lot of the time the issue with a piece why it doesn't feel like it looks good is a lot of the times just because, you've not really sold it. And even if it's not a realistic piece, it doesn't matter, you kind of got to sell it in whatever world you're creating it. It still has to be convincing. And so I really tried to put more effort into that kind of thing with my art lately. So really something I gotta keep practicing. Yeah, I don't have to tell you twice. You're drawing in your mind because it's late, but that's how it starts. You visualize a lot. Some you can bring to life, but there's also stuff in your mind you just get out, yeah, but in due time. Exactly, yeah. I mean, and some of the ideas we get sort of just stay in your heads, you know. And it can be real frustrating. You're gonna get them out, but you just don't know the right way. You just don't like you struggle to breach that gap between the real world, I guess, and the non-real world. So yeah, I think it can be incredibly difficult and frustrating when, like for me, I know that it definitely is. When I have a piece that I want to bring to life and it's just not happening the way that I want to, right? It's just feeling kind of stuck. But in the end, we all get our paintings there, some form or another. We gotta push through and keep going, right? Otherwise, we never get the reward. We never get the feeling of seeing our piece shine. Yeah, it's looking good. Good. That bag adds to the story. Oh, thanks so much. I really appreciate that. Glad that it's, you know, working and feeling convincing. Selling the concept. I do like how the folds are also pulling around it. It's definitely looking good. So indeed, but you're coming to see some things are just best left to imagination, but of course the artist always can't stop trying to bring imagination into this reality. Yeah, exactly. I think we're just drawn to do that, you know? So we're always going to try. And I don't think that some ideas can't be. I think it's a lack of our understanding how to bring them to life, or a lack of technical experience or something. Like sometimes I found, you know, I've got this great concept and I want to bring it to life, but I just don't know how, and I leave that idea to much later, like later years, and I give it another go. And sometimes the time is just not right at that point. You know, you're just not ready. You're just not equipped with the right knowledge or, you know, experience. So yeah, I find that don't put those ideas off. Sometimes you get there. So my chat stopped. Sometimes I have this thing where my chat stops scrolling down and it won't refresh for me, and it's extremely annoying. Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Yeah, I think my chat just freezes up a couple of times. I don't know why it does that. but it seems to have moved. Is this thing on? What thing? Is what thing on? Cool. So yeah, I'm very, very happy that I've you know, pushed the to change the composition here. It definitely needed it. I feel like it's a lot more convincing the way I have it now than how it was before. For some reason, you feel very nostalgic every time you see my art, and that makes you happy. Oh, thank you so much. I hope that's, you know, I hope it does actually bring up childhood memories. Very true, and so thank you so much for sharing. You're welcome. I'm just going to be right back, also close that door because it's constantly like flipping open and close, so I'll be right back, guys. Give me 1 second. I don't know, that window, that door seems to just be blowing open all on its own the whole time. Not sure why. Guess what? I just got at the front door. It's the perch that I ordered for Zazu. Apparently it came a week early, and I'm so excited to build it for him. So hopefully he can try it out tonight, you know, and then I can show you guys tomorrow what it looks like. I've been so excited. I think I've been telling you guys about this order that I've placed for a while. Yeah, it's been a long time coming, but finally it came. And that means that I can have Zazu like in, you know, around me on the streams a little bit easier because the perch doesn't take up as much space as his cage does, and it's just easier for him to be near me. So yeah, he's gonna love it for sure. But no oil painting days because I work with too many toxins on oil painting days, so he has to stay outside. But he can join in on the drawing days, that's for sure. That's not a problem. So yeah, definitely gonna show that to you guys next stream. What do you guys like? What natural places do you guys find more relaxing? The ocean, open fields, or woods? What places do you guys find most calming and most relaxing? I definitely know which one it is for me. You got hit by a snow, but it's better 2 days ago. Man, 2 feet of snow. Oh my goodness, it must be freezing over there. Snow is so beautiful though, but I can imagine that that amount of snow is probably not what you want to see. The ocean, definitely. Oh, the ocean is much more relaxing for you. Okay. The woods in New Zealand has no snakes and spiders or drop bears, but can be overwhelming. Okay, why is that overwhelming? Yeah, I definitely would say for me it would be woods. I think the reason why is, uh, in Australia we have a lot more access to really nice beaches and stuff, so um, it's a lot more common, it's a lot easier to just go to the beach. I think I also don't really associate it as a relaxing place because quite often you're not the only person on a beach, and so it ends up feeling, very open, not very private, and all that kind of stuff. So, um, yeah, I would say most definitely. I think it would be a forest because, well, one, there's lots and lots of animals in there, and yeah, I think it's just having all the birds, surrounding you, and just trees all around you is like a little safety net over you. I find that relaxing. Because it's so vast and deep, and who knows what is down there. Yeah, I guess so, right? I guess so. Yet you can't help but be compelled by it. The like the vastness of it. It's okay, you're used to Jack Frost, but you personally, the redwoods, the ones in California, wow, totally something everyone should check them. Them trees are tall. I can imagine they must be so beautiful. And yeah, large. There's something really comforting about seeing a large tree. It's almost like, I don't know, like you've stumbled across this like life form that's existed a lot longer than you have, and you almost feel like it emanates that sort of stability, that sort of safety. Even though it's just a tree, it's just a silly tree, it still makes you feel that way, I think. Trees are a symbol of timeless wisdom for you. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's why, you end up feeling very calm around them because you feel like, oh, this has to be a safe place because this life form has existed here for so long. There's also a view of the ocean at the edge of them redwoods. You were taken there, and it was like it was a magical world, place where your mind wouldn't believe it was still on Earth. Oh my goodness, that sounds incredibly beautiful. Incredibly beautiful. Yeah, definitely would love to go to a place like that. they just stand there day after day, indifferently emitting life-giving oxygen. Exactly, yeah. And I mean, they actually like, yeah, give us something to breathe. And you know, it's a little bit of a reminder that technology isn't going to completely destroy the whole planet. You know, that we've still got nature surviving around us. And I think the further we move from nature, obviously the more stressful it becomes and the more artificial life becomes. So yeah, I definitely think it's a massive struggle. Yeah, don't know if this is gonna let me touch it too much because you know, it's the paint is still wet and it's just sort of letting me brush over it, but not actually letting me make any progress, so probably won't be able to do much with it at this point. You feel that? Yeah, exactly. I think it's just natural, you know, for people to feel more relaxed around like animals and plants and nature in general. And I think, you know, especially like just think of how a room feels once you put plants in it. It becomes so much more full of life. It just feels like it's instantly more relaxing. So yeah, I think it's just the way that, you know, we've been designed. So yeah, paper bag is luckily done. So that's conveniently out of the way. I love how she's sort of putting her hand in there to try and, you know, get those seeds out and feed these birds. So yeah, it's definitely helping sell that point. So I'm happy that I changed the composition just for that alone. And it also feels more like it's sitting, you know, in and amongst those folds of clothes because of how I've placed that. So it's helped with two things all at once, you know. I just feel like I want to bring a little dark out. Sort of emphasize this line a little better. The smell of the birds and the shade and the life in the shadows, forest sitting quietly in nature is like going back to your mother's healing embrace. Yeah, exactly. And it's a quiet place where you, like, your mind can actually get uncluttered. I feel like, especially, you know, with so much technology, you know, around us, we're constantly surrounded by notification on the watch, notification on the phone, notification on every screen we face, and our minds are constantly like telling us, go check that, go check what you need to do next, go check your updates, your email, your messages, you know. And yeah, it becomes incredibly difficult to zone out and actually just be. And I think, yeah, a trip to nature somewhere we actually feel calm is definitely a great way to disconnect from all of that. How do I put my Instagram in my Twitch like that? What exactly do you mean? Oh, you mean like the panel? That's just like I'll see if I can figure out which one I used. Just give me 1 second. I'll have to mute myself because I'm gonna play my own damn video. So just give me 1 second and I'll see if I can figure it out. Okay, so which one is it? Okay, so it's just called Instagram feed. So it's just I don't know exactly which one it is. I'm sure you should be able to like figure it out. Hang on, there's a learn more button. Don't know if that links to it. No, that's just an article. Okay, so yeah, it's just called Instagram feed panel. It doesn't seem to actually have a name, what it's called or anything. So maybe if you just like just search for Instagram feed panel. I know there's 2, so just try one of the 2 different ones and you should be able to link it. This painting is lovely. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Reminds you of Little Miss Fortune. What is that? For sure you do. Believe years ago you read some research they had done and it said waking up in the morning and seeing green trees are mood boosters, and from your own experience for sure that's true to you. Yeah, exactly. I 100% think that, yeah, having plants in a room definitely helps feel less clinical and modern and less connected with technology, I suppose. And even modern rooms, you see, they will always have that 1 or 2 plants. So, is the video and audio lagging for you guys, or is it okay? It seems okay. That's good. It's very funny and charming, a bit dark. Oh, okay. I will make a note of that because I'll probably like it then. So just Little Misfortune, or what was it called again? Just cool. I'll definitely have to check that out. So oh, it's the game as well. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. I didn't know that it was a game on Steam. So how come it reminds you of her? Just because of the colors? Because it seems like it's got very savannah-like colors. It's a balancing act for us now. Clearly we can't say, oh yeah, we hate that technology, and then we hear it's all about balance for sure. Yeah, exactly. I mean, look at us. We're all connecting because of technology, and I definitely don't think technology is a bad thing. I think it's more like the amount of strain, and because, there's so much information, there's so much. I mean, we wake up these days and, start our day, and we can go watch a Twitch stream, watch YouTube, we can browse through Instagram, we can check our emails, read a newsletter, go through Twitter, scroll through Tumblr, look at DeviantArt, so many different things in the same time frame. Like, you know, you're like at every point in your free time and time that you don't have free, you're presented with so many different choices that you can do. Whereas in the past, you know, you didn't have so much at your disposal at every point in time. So it's definitely a lot different. Hi Dev, how are you? How's it going? How are your 10-hour painting sessions coming along? Yeah, a little. The colors, oh, the colors make you think of it. How are you, Flat Rabbit? Let me just be right back. Give me 1 second. It all depends on what you use technology for. It really does. It really does. Trying to paint losing steam. What exactly is losing steam? I'm good. I'm good. Hope you are too. Oh, losing motivation. Got it. Yeah. Well, I mean, you've been pushing a lot, so I don't think that that is surprising at all, you know? I think it's like quite understandable at this point that you'd, you know, struggle a little bit more. You think you're taking a night off from the paint, at least what you say. You'll see if that happens or not. Okay, how do you feel about that piece with the, I don't know if it was intended to be a portal, but I think I commented on your Instagram post that it was a portal, so I hope I didn't, like, misinterpret that. But that one, I thought that you did an incredible job on that one. You think you should have stayed stayed up later last night and just kept going. Oh my goodness, how late were you up for? Painted just over 10 hours yesterday uh, and about 2 today. Okay, and you're already just feeling like what is washed out. That makes sense. Yeah. No, I think it's fair. I mean, going 10 hours straight and then, going into the next day and expecting to have the same momentum, I think is I think you're putting a bit much on yourself there. I think you've done an incredible job, so. Only till like 1 a.m. getting weak at your older age. Oh no, I don't think that's true. The character that was there last night, you totally removed, and then you reinserted the character I saw on Instagram today. Ah, okay. Wow, well that's like very risky, you obviously knew what you wanted and you didn't want to settle for less, and I think that's very commendable. But yeah, Def, I really don't think that you should, you still think you're 20? That's fine. I don't think you're necessarily able to achieve less just because, you're older. I think it's definitely very, very... I mean, you do more than some 20-year-olds, for sure. I think most 20-year-olds wouldn't dream of, like, painting for 10 hours straight and then going the next day and expecting, to be just as productive. So, yeah, I think you're definitely very, very hardworking and you expect a lot from yourself, which is good. I mean, it obviously is driving you to do more. So, more art is good. Linseed oil and a stiff brush, you can remove anything. Oh yeah, definitely. You can... Oils and, are you doing oils or are you doing acrylics? I forgot. I think you're doing oils from memory. But yeah, definitely, like, oils is very forgiving. Very, very forgiving like that. You can always, like, even if the, like, layer dries, you can always go over that as well. You do both, but mostly oils. So, which one do you prefer? You prefer oils? You like wet blending. Yeah, I think for people who really like wet blending, oils is definitely the way to go. You love the layering power of oils? I think, yeah, I mean, for me, both I think have equal layering abilities. I don't think the reason I liked to switch over to oils was the ease of the blending. Really, that was the big thing for me. I think acrylics was just being such a struggle to get everything nice and smooth, so it's much nicer with oils and you don't need to worry about that. Thank you for the follow, Katana Zero. Really appreciate that. You're starting over different painting. You don't like the one you did? Which one was that and why are you starting over? Can't you just like paint over it? Acrylic works great on your glass projects, about all you use the acrylics for. Sometimes you use acrylics under the oils. Yeah, I think, so this is a piece that I used acrylics under the oils with as well. You know, I did a lot of the base layer, the background layer in acrylics, so yeah. Yeah, it's you can never go the other way around though. Something to keep in mind for sure. You can go over acrylics with oils, but you can't do the opposite. It doesn't work. Doesn't work at all. You're painting on paper? Like as a preparation piece and then you'll move it to the next one? Thank you for the follow, Ginger Cheeks, and hello, Katana. Thank you so much for saying hi and following. And yeah, if you'd like to introduce yourself, please go ahead. Tell us what kind of art you like to make. Tell us where you're from if you like to. Thanks for the tips, everyone. Wrote them down on notes. This is art school without fees. Damn, you feel bad. Yeah, I mean, everybody is, bringing in their own information. I mean, we got some tips on how to dry your oil paint with, a light in a cardboard box earlier. Everybody's got different information about how blend, which paint blends better and things like that, which kind of medium to use. So, yeah, lots and lots of different things everybody's contributing here, and it's definitely more chill and less stressful than art school, that's for sure. Because you're definitely right, art school does cost an arm and a half. Thank you for the follow, Codison. Really appreciate that. If you'd like to introduce yourself, we'd love that. Tell us what kind of art you like to make, and yeah, just tell us where you're from. There's a little intro. You've always enjoyed pen and paper from Argentina. How come specifically from Argentina? What's what's so good about their paper that you love it above any else? That sounds pretty cool. Can't say that I've used paper from there specifically. Oh, you're from Argentina? Okay. Thank you for the follow, Hank. Really appreciate that. Australia, sculpting graffiti, new to streaming, only did it once so far, but love watching others to get inspired. Oh, that's awesome. I had a couple of friends at uni who did graffiti, and they were really, really good at it, and it's so inspiring. Do you know the artist Edom Crew by any chance? He's a graffiti artist, but not like in the strict sense a graffiti artist. He's more of like an artist, I guess, than a graffiti artist. But he did some murals here in Adelaide. I think 2 years ago, and they're pretty amazing. Really, really incredible stuff. We had this mural right outside my university as well. I'd always walk past it on the way to my classes from the train station, and every day they would have these groups of graffiti artists standing there, and they'd all take turns painting throughout the day, and it wouldn't look the same. Like when you went to class in the morning, it would have one piece of art on, and then by the afternoon, another artist would have put their stuff on there, and it's so cool to see, you know. It was like a collab wall where everybody just comes and joins in and constantly updates, you know, the artwork for everybody to see. And I always took pictures of it because it was really cool to see. And one time there were these dinosaurs that were sort of like life-size dinosaurs taking over the city. It was really cool. You keep thinking about streaming sculpting, but you do rocks and use power tools, so the noise and dust would make interaction hard, and you code too. Yeah, that would be hard, but you know what? Do have a look at the Twitch stream of Sand Experiment. Let me just type that. Go and have a look at how she does her Twitch streams. Hang on, let me just type the exclamation mark, otherwise we won't have a link. Go look at Sand Experiment's art stream, House on Earth, and have a look at how she occasionally does a portion of her stream without necessarily talking to the chat or anything like that. She just goes quiet for a while and she does a bit of a show and everybody just watches, and then afterwards she goes back and actually rereads everybody's chat and does the interactive portion of it. So that could maybe work for you, you never know. Graffiti, you've always been amazed by the things they can do with spray cans. Dope, real dope. Yeah, exactly. Actually, no, you don't. There are so many great writers around. You were in Melbourne, so know those guys. But now in Melbourne, and there are so many people there. Graffiti is the best transition art, you think? Oh my goodness, yeah, totally. But yeah, if you have a chance, check out Edom Crew. So it's just spelt Edom, CRU. Edom Crew, and it's a duo of artists who collaborate together and do massive murals. They're from Poland originally, but they do art all around the world. So you're following her. She's great. She so is. Yeah, her streams are awesome. You totally didn't get what I meant first. Oh, you know Edom then. Yeah. Well, I was thinking you may. Yeah, why not? They did a collab in Melbourne too? Really? I haven't seen that one, but it has been quite a while since I lived in Melbourne. I think about 8 years since I lived over there, so yeah, wouldn't expect me to be familiar with all the artwork over there, that's for sure. Yeah, for a secret show? Okay, was it taken down later or is it still up? You're loving my style. Thank you, Code. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm a pop surrealist artist, so not sure how many of us there are on Twitch. I do know a few who do pop surrealist art on Twitch. But yeah, if you're familiar with that art genre, there's like really good artists on Instagram that do pop surrealist artwork, like Mark Ryden, Marion Peck, also Thomas Ascot, Mab Graves. Lots and lots of amazing artists in that realm. No, it's long gone now? Okay. Well, you'd imagine if it's secret, they don't really keep it up, right? They probably have to do away with that. You don't remember what show it was, but you remember years ago seeing a painter and graffiti being joined together, and they both thought maybe they wouldn't work, but the piece they did was real cool, and can't remember what that was called. Yeah, graffiti and art go really well together, actually. Um, I see a lot of different artists combining that sort of thing. Let me just go close the door again. So that's... My door keeps flipping open. Hello, Khan. How are you doing? I'm good. How are you? Hope that things are well with you today. You didn't have a horrible day at the library. Yeah, just goes to show we are connected, even if our differences makes us think otherwise. Yeah, exactly. And I think especially creative people, um, we have so much more in common with each other than we realize. So definitely very, very true, especially for creatives. Wondering if my paint has dried up over there. Can't quite seem to get the colors to mix, so we need to try. Oh, there we go. Hi Robin, how are you doing? Glad to see you here. You're feeling mighty fine, at least at the moment. Just about to drive into these strawberry Mocky ice cream. Then gonna play some Battlefront 2 and draw afterwards. That sounds like... sorry, that sounds like an amazing afternoon and a great way to spend your day after a long day at work. I'm guessing you were working today. Thank you for the follow, Nightly Sculpts, and Russell Dory. Just keep swimming. Hope you're doing well. I'm good. I'm good, Robin. Yeah, I've made a ton of progress on this piece today, so I'm incredibly happy with the progress. So yeah, not a lot to go. I think the major stumbling blocks are, you know, getting sort of broken apart at this point, so the way forwards is going to be a lot easier. Yeah, that's awesome news, definitely. Hello, Russell. Glad to have you pop by. Whereabouts are you from? You're from Torquay, UK. Okay. How's the weather over there? And normally with ASD and stuff, you feel like you have to try hard with everything: friends, relationships, socializing, and your feelings, and overthinking all the time. Things seem to be more fluid lately and seem to come with ease. You just feel amazing. The only year where it gets around V-Day and you don't feel all sad being single, completely content with it all. Oh my goodness, that's amazing news, Khan. I'm so happy for you. And I mean, yeah, sometimes I think, relationships are overrated. Um, just being single doesn't mean you're alone. Also doesn't mean you're any less successful, or anything like that, It's much better being single and knowing who you are and feeling happy in yourself than being with someone just to be with someone. If it's not going to be your soulmate, you're better off alone, trust me. Cold, wet lockdown. Yeah, that does not sound good, Russell. I heard that people are not adhering to all the lockdown rules over there, and you guys have like tons of new outbreaks, so very, very sad for you guys. I hope that, hope it dies down very soon, even though you guys have that new strain out and everything, Definitely very overrated, and there's plenty of perks of being alone. Who better to understand and accept you than you? Exactly, yeah. And you're free all the time. You've got no other person to sort of maintain, your every day is free, your every week is free. You can do whatever you want, make any decision you want without it affecting anybody. And that kind of freedom in and of itself is one of the best benefits of being single. So being alone lets you paint for 10 hours a day. Exactly. Yeah. Self-love is just as important as loving others. Yeah, I don't think you can truly love others unless you understand how to accept yourself properly. I feel like you're going to either enter into a toxic relationship because you're compensating for, some lack of appreciation for yourself, or you're going to be, I don't know, mean to others. I think it's really important to treat yourself properly and accept yourself. Yeah, sorry, honey. Bobby is more important. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. How I... Sometimes my chat just screws up and it's like it deletes some of you guys' messages. I don't know how that happens. I think it's time for me to make a short break, go and get a drink real quick. So I'll be back. Give me 1 second and I'll see you guys in a bit. welcome back to me. Hope you guys are all still creating and doing nice artworks while I've been gone. So today at work you all wore your Be Kind shirts and you all seem to have the same jokes towards one another. Love the shirt. Or where do you do your clothing shopping at? Ah, right. Well, that seems pretty cool. Are you guys all lurking? Oh, you're still painting. Well, I'm glad I've got someone supporting me at the paintings. I feel like there's just something off with this hand over here, and I'm not entirely sure why. This kind of feels like you don't get a good idea, you know, of what's going on here with this hand, so I want to see if I can make that a little more obvious. You're here looking out the window. Oh. Just enjoying a nice relaxing day at home then? I saw another artist, I'm trying to remember who she was again. She's not really known to be, you know, just an artist. She's sort of known to be an Instagram influencer, I think, and but she does lots and lots of paintings. Her house looks amazing, and I recently saw her posting a video of her doing one of her paintings. She does gorgeous paintings, but yeah, she used this pole, like puts the pole across her painting and then leans on it in order to try and get more stability when she's doing those tiny little details. And I thought that has got to be the most helpful thing when you're working on an easel, you know, because easel painting can be incredibly unstable sometimes. You know, you don't have the nice flat surface and then you can't lean on the table next to the painting, so yeah, definitely very helpful. But you also realised today that you don't do well with compliments. Your boss complimented you and then you were very self-deprecating. You're quite awkward and didn't know what to say or do and panicked. Oh no, Khan, that's no good. You definitely need to try and you know, accept that people like you and accept that people are going to think good things about you, because you know, people want to give and people want to compliment, so thank you for the follow, La. Really appreciate that. Cat Videos does the same thing with a stick. Okay, so there's more than one person already. Do I mean a maul stick? I don't know what it's called, but yeah, possibly. No, they were self-deprecating. What do you mean? Your boss complimented you and then was very self-deprecating. Ah, that's not good. I mean, don't be self-deprecating. Oh, they're called maul sticks. Very traditional tool. Well, I'd never seen them used before, Compile Shooter, so it was a first for me. I guess because most of the artists I watch sort of use, you know, they paint a lot smaller scale as well, so they don't tend to really use stuff that's that large. I think I'm sort of realizing I'm trying to use myself as a ref in the webcam over there. And I think I'm sort of realizing what the issue is over here. So hopefully we can sort that out. But you yourself have become less self-deprecating on purpose because you feel it was having an effect on you. Most people consider it to be modest and humility when you learn that it actually is not. Some TED Talks really shifted your perspective. Oh, well, that's really good. That's really good. Because, yeah, it's definitely not, it's not a humidity kind of thing, so, sorry, humility kind of thing. I'll just be right back, guys. Give me 1 second. Needed to rinse my brush out with some different solvent. Trying to get it clean. I've actually never watched TED Talks, so I don't really know what they're like or, you know, what they're about, so. Watch one once on toxic positivity. Okay. Yeah, I can't say that I'm really much for watching, I guess, life advice shows in general. I don't know. Tend to be more morbid than anything else for me, but I guess that's just me. Still not quite entirely happy with, you know, the way her hand is sort of composed. I guess it just doesn't quite feel like it sits properly yet. Just needs a little something, I suppose. Maybe it's just the angle, or not sure. Trying to figure it out. I think little by little, it's definitely getting a little closer to what I needed to look like. So I also like that it's starting to look a little bit more delicate as well. I think that's like one of the main aspects I try to aim for in my pieces, is to have them nice and delicate. You don't go out of your way to watch stuff like that, but having read the subtle art of not giving a beep how you go down the rabbit hole, book changed your life, was the subject you wanted to dive in when you were mourning the loss of your dog. Oh no, I'm so sorry about your poor puppy. That is really, really sad. Um, yeah, losing a pet can be incredibly, incredibly rough, you know, especially when they're like your only friend at the time as well. It can be extremely difficult. Now it's definitely looking more like a hand, so very, very happy with that. Certainly looking better. Like she's not just got this like one extended limb anymore. So that's good. I'm very happy with that. Question is, where do we go from here? What am I gonna do next? You're in a much better place now. As messed up as it was, you try to see the optimal and silver lining, and you feel like you've grown from it. Well, that's extremely good news, Khan. I'm really happy for you that you feel like, you know, you're in a better place. That's really, really awesome. I'm trying to see why it's not layering. There we go. It's almost 5 here, guys. Almost 5. Thank you for the follow, Art Junkie. Really appreciate that. You hear that a lot of great change does happen after big events in our life. You wish they wouldn't be hurtful, but such is life. Tears will happen, but those tears could water a plant if you want them to. Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, as big events, you know, and especially sad events, are very pivotal in our lives, so that's very true. But I mean, happy things can definitely be pivotal as well. I think I definitely have noticed a lot of the happy events in my life that have completely changed my life's direction, probably even more than, you know, sad events have. So I think it's a bit of both, you know, it can be both bad and both good. So it certainly has taught you that it's okay to distance yourself from others and that you shouldn't feel so bad cutting ties from certain toxic people. Yeah, exactly. I think it takes the sad to appreciate the happy. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, you can't know what it's like to be properly happy, I guess, without having known the opposite of it, and that's just our silly human nature. It's our silly existence. I mean, that's just all we know, and that's sad, but it's how we operate. Well, I'm definitely much happier with the way her arm is sort of posed now, rather than how it was before. Definitely much better. Don't think you want to go through life being happy 100% of the time. That's just you, though. I think, I don't know, I think if you could truly be happy, like actually happy, it wouldn't matter, you know? I think it's just because you feel like you can't constantly be happy and fully happy. And that's probably why you don't want to be happy all the time. I think if you could be genuinely happy, um, you would probably want to. Hello, Mechanica. How are you? Sometimes it's cool to come and hear random phrases like silly existence just before. Yeah, I mean, sometimes hopping into a stream and not like having any context of the conversation up until that point can be hilarious. I've come on streams and heard the most weird things being said as the first thing that I hear on a stream. So, yeah, it can be quite crazy. Definitely. How have you been, Mechanica? Have you had a lot of streams lately? Hello, that edgy taco. How are you? So yeah, I'm wondering what I should do next. Because I don't have a whole lot that still needs to be done with the dress. I feel like we kind of nailed that. I'm happy with that. So that's extremely good. Most of the context thing you witnessed was seeing a thumbnail of what looked like someone flipping the bird when apparently they were not. Yeah, have you seen, was it not Prince Charles or Prince Harry? What was the other name of the other prince? One married to the Danish girl, I forgot his name. Uh, but they apparently caught a photo of him flipping the bird, and it was more like, sideways, it was completely different, but it didn't seem that way at all. So without the other shot, the other angle, you had no idea, and you would have thought that he'd flipped the bird at someone, but he didn't. So context does help, definitely. Thank you for the follow, Kurodu. Really appreciate that. Please feel free to introduce yourself if you'd like to. Tell us what kind of art you like to make. So yeah, what is next? That is the question. What do we do from this point onwards? I really feel like one of the other issues bothering me a lot is this knee over here. I feel like that knee is just not quite feeling like it makes sense. So probably going to try and work on that a little. See what I can do to see if I like it in this composition. If I don't, I'm probably going to remove it or do something completely different. So you better work, leg, or you're going to be amputated. You got one chance, one job, and you gotta look good. What's next? The usual artist self-reflection and saying this wrong and that's not right. Yeah, I guess we'll do that, you know. And I think it's fine. I don't think it's like a bad thing. Like I know Charles does that quite a lot, and then I'm like, what's wrong with this? It looks great. But you as the artist sort of know what you wanted with it. You know what direction you wanted to take it into, and if it doesn't nail that, then well, it's not good enough. It's not gonna stick around. Also, probably just need a lot more layers to this painting as well, because I can see a couple of areas have the underlayer showing through, and it's not good at all. So definitely don't want that. How much would this normally sell for? Level Soldier, I don't sell my paintings at the moment, so I can't give you an answer as to what mine normally is, because yeah, I don't really sell my paintings. I sell prints of them. But yeah, selling paintings at this point is just too much stress, too much like hassle over how much to price it, everything like that. So yeah, normally a piece like this, you know, for most professional artists that I see, you know, go for easily like 3 to 4 grand, and they sell at art studios, so like galleries and places like that. So yeah, but I think in general artists don't get, you know, their money's worth out of it when they do sell them, because they put a lot of hours in. I really highly doubt they get all their money back. So yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, but Where am I from? I'm from Adelaide, Australia, in Maid. Thank you for the follow, Philosophical One. Welcome, and please feel free to introduce yourself. Yeah, the hourly rate is bad for artists, especially with minimum was $15. Yeah, I don't think you get a lot back. If you're going to sell paintings, you're not going to be able to make a living that way. Unless you're really famous, then maybe, you know, maybe if you're like Mark Ryden, you can like charge a lot of money. Then maybe then you could. But I'm not Mark Ryden, so yeah, it doesn't work for me. Lovely colors. Thank you, Philosophical. Really appreciate it, and thank you for, you know, stopping by, saying hello. Yeah, 3K sounds about right, but it depends, man. Same here, putting prices on anything you do, since that deals with the business side of things. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, you know, I'm just selling prints, I'm selling, yeah, prints and merch in my store, so, you know, clothing with some of my characters on them, other different accessories, so the majority of things in my store are obviously the prints and cards and things, so yeah, selling original artwork is like, yeah, something else, and I'm not really comfortable to get into that at this point, so you can see his influences in my style. Yeah, I'm sure. Mark Ryden's influences have like spread so far. You know, he's probably influenced a lot of people like Merv Graves as well, and lots of other different artists as well. So his wife is what's her name again? I just mentioned her earlier. I always forget her name. Can't believe I just forgot her name. I just mentioned her earlier on stream. It'll come to me. Marion Peck, exactly. Marion Peck, yeah. So she has a very similar style to his as well. Just that they sort of try to replicate that Renaissance kind of look, I guess. What makes me say that I'm alien? It's a bit of a running joke, as a family joke that started with my dad, claiming that we're all from outer space, and so yeah, it's just a kind of family joke. So I sort of adopted it, I suppose. Yeah, my dad's a big fan of alien movies, as am I. It's crazy with oils, just how many layers you gotta put on before you actually get, you know, you actually get that kind of layered look, before it starts to look like it's finished and refined and everything like that. Well, in fact, we all are in a way. Crazy? Yeah, we are, I guess. We're all mad here. I really like the vibe here. It's very well done. Oh, thank you, Level. Really appreciate that. If you used an example, we are the bread loaf in a house, and if a bagel comes into the house, it's alien in nature. Exactly, yeah. It should be a quote here. That is such a good quote. Yeah. So I may actually end up keeping that leg. We'll see. Coming along well. You can see the little paper bag, nicely done. It really does look like a proper bag. Well done on the fold. So thank you, Dark Guy. Yeah, I mean, hopefully now we won't have people thinking it's a book anymore. Because it definitely had the look of a book. You know, she sort of held it that way and everything. So. But the fact that the bagel was made on the same earth but is alien to the house. Yeah, exactly. I mean, just because something is different, you know, doesn't necessarily mean it's not going to fit in. In a way, the loaf of bread in the house is Earth, and when something of another origin comes to Earth, it's alien. I'm sure, yeah. You sometimes question where the line is between what life really is. You feel like an egg in a way, where life grows on, as in like only your experiences are real because, like, you know, philosophically, we can't actually know that anything other than our experiences are real. So we can only know for sure that we exist, nothing else. So we just have to trust and believe, you know, that our experiences are more than just, you know, in our heads. But philosophically, that is all that you can, like, know if you're going to think about it that way. It doesn't mean it's true, but it's an interesting concept to think about, that's all. It would appear your elements are as old as the universe, but your memories and personal experience is new. The universe didn't exist without you for billions of years, it just started to record history, reality with this brain. Yeah, well, I mean, that is definitely one of the theories of, you know, our existence that does go around, so yeah, we're getting real deep here. Awesome. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's funny things to think about, you know. I'm obviously by no means an expert on philosophy, so you think therefore you are? Exactly. Yeah, that's like, who said that again? Was it Socrates? Descartes? Can't remember. Not too familiar. Sure, you guys will chime in and let me know. Looks like it's already 5 o'clock, so... I may just go and wash one of my brushes off, and I'll be right back, so... it was Descartes? Yeah, I'm sure it was Descartes. Is there a true beginning to anything or a constant transition? Good question. Maybe we should discuss this during our next stream. Did I actually unmute the mic? Good, I did. Phew. So guys, probably we're going to, wrap it up for today because, I need to let the paint dry up a little bit, and I think it's a good time to go and give somebody else a raid. I will obviously be on tomorrow, same time. So we'll be working on this oil painting again tomorrow, unless I change my mind overnight, which probably won't happen, but yeah, hopefully we can all continue this conversation tomorrow because it's super exciting. I feel real bad for stopping it, but we have to go check out Sarah's lovely cloud painting. You guys will definitely enjoy that. So I will give her a raid and see you guys tomorrow. So Sarah is also from Australia. She's actually from Brisbane, and she also does oil painting, so it's very, very fitting for this stream. Here's the thing about philosophy, is just that theories and no tangible proof. Your motto is don't make life too complicated for yourself. Exactly, yeah. You like the Victorian era chair? I am in love with Victorian era chairs. Everything in my studio is antique themed, so if you want to check it out, it's all on my website. You can check out some pictures of my studio on there. So, but yeah, thank you so much for the follow, Philosophical and Karodu and everybody else who followed today. Thank you all for the support, really appreciate it. Let us go and give Sarah a bit of a raid. No worries, thank you for stopping by, Emerald. See you all soon.